So to demonstrate this robot, we need to switch on the hotspot. The name of the hotspot should be pesticide, P capital pesticide, P capital pesticide, and the security should be open so that your Raspberry Pi which is mounted on the robot, can be connected to this Wi-Fi hotspot. So I'm clicking on save and the hotspot is on, and your Raspberry Pi is also connected to my hotspot with pesticide as username, and the IP address is 192.168.43.174. so this IP address you need to open on browser. When you switch on the power supply of Raspberry Pi, to switch on the server you need to wait until this camera is streaming out here. This camera will be streamed after switching on Raspberry Pi after 35 to 40 seconds. So in 35 to 40 seconds your Raspberry Pi camera will be on. When it is on, it means that your Raspberry Pi server is on. Now you can open the website of your robot on Google Chrome by entering the IP address 192.168.43.174. Then this website will open where you can able to see the status of the soil moisture sensor, and also where you can able to see temperature, what is the temperature value and humidity value. So where you can able to see soil moisture sensor status, temperature and humidity. Check page. So check page is nothing but when you click on it, this page will refresh. When the page gets refreshed, the status of the soil moisture sensor and temperature and humidity will be updated to the recent values from the database. And you will have different types of buttons here. So each button is having some specific functionality. I will explain the functionalities in this video, and also a video streaming is there to see what is happening before the robot. And also you can able to see the road and also all terrains and all, where you can able to see the plants from a remote area by using this live streaming of the camera. So here let's focus on robot navigations first. So in robot navigation, the important buttons are forward, backward, robot left and robot right. So these are the four important buttons in order to navigate your robot. I am pressing forward. So when I press forward, I am pressing forward. When I press forward, the robot moves to forward. When I press backward, your robot moves to backward. When I press forward, your robot moves forward. When I press backward, your robot moves backward there. So in the similar way, when you click on robo left, your robot will navigate in left direction. Your robot will navigate in left direction there. When you click on robo right, your robot will navigate in right direction. So you can navigate this robot on any all-terrain surface. As the wheels are all-terrain, you can navigate on any kind of surface. So these are the different navigations, which is forward. When you press forward, you will get robot moving forward. When you press backward, you will get robot moving backward. When you press left, robot moving left. When you press right, robot moving right. So this is a recent navigation which is pressed here. In a similar way, this is called linear actuator, and this linear actuator will try to increase the height of the camera. So I am pressing linear up, so this motor goes up with some distance. So based on your application context and based on the scenario that you see, so as a prototype we are using linear actuator to increase the height of the camera. So as your sir said, we interfaced a linear actuator here to increase the height of the camera. So here you will be having a linear up button. This linear up button is used to increase the height of the camera, and also you can decrease the height of the camera by pressing linear down button. When you press linear down button, your height of the camera will be reduced. So linear up and linear down are two important buttons to increase and decrease the height of the camera there. Next, so this linear actuator is having linear up and linear down. Next, coming to this. So this is a robotic arm which is having 3 motors, one base motor, and there are 2 elbow motors here. So this 2 servo motors will try to help to plug this soil into the soil, plug the soil sensor into the soil. So let's focus on the buttons. Soil sensor on. Soil sensor on. So this soil sensor on, when you press soil sensor on, this will dip into the soil. The sensor will be dip into the soil by pressing soil sensor on. When you press soil sensor off, this will move in the upward direction. So the buttons are soil sensor off and soil sensor on. So soil sensor on is here. Soil sensor on is here. When you press it, it will dip the sensor into the soil. When you press soil sensor up, it will go to the previous position there. Next, so let's focus on horizontal movement. Let's focus on horizontal movement as we discussed. Servo left and servo right. Servo left and servo right. Servo left and servo right are used to rotate this robotic arm in horizontal direction. I'll press servo left. When you press servo left, it moves to the left side, horizontal side. And when you press soil sensor on, then immediately that will dip sensor into the soil. If the sensor gets the data, then you can do undo action here. It goes to the normal state. And servo right, when you press servo right, it goes to the right side. So the horizontal movement, if you want to control the horizontal movement, servo left and servo right are the buttons there. So coming back to the water and fertilizer. Okay, so before we get into water and fertilizer, you are having camera. So this camera can also be navigated. So let us navigate that camera clock and camera reverse. So we are having 2 buttons, camera reverse and camera clock. So let's press camera clock. So I am pressing camera clock.